Hello. I'm driving in traffic, and there's only so much time in the day. So, I'm going to talk to y'all about how I cured my ADD. So, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that about my story to some extent. I'll catch you up. I was diagnosed ADD when I was 7.5. I'm now 29 and 3/4. And when I was diagnosed, I was put on dexedrine and I took amphetamines on and off for 16 years until I was like 23, 24. Do the math. And it was really hard to get off amphetamines. I've talked a lot about that, but I'm not going to focus today on the pills. I'm going to focus on the condition. Because, I focus really well now. For a while, I didn't know exactly like what focus was, why I couldn't focus, or, because I had a dependency on a drug. I never knew where I ended and where the drug began. So I didn't know what was what. I didn't know what I had. I didn't know anything about discipline, because the medicine made me really disciplined naturally without having to work very hard. So I spent a lot of time working with this and understanding my ADD. And right now, where I'm at, I'm the most focused I've ever been. I think more focused and accomplishing and consistent than I was even when I was using Adderall regularly, because Adderall gave me bursts of focus that lasted 8 to 12 hours, and then, garbage. I was tired and hungry and irritable and depressed when it wore off. So now, I don't take Adderall. I drink coffee and drink tea, but that's not the cure, because the cure is not for me. This is all for me. You can take with it what you want, but don't go tell your doctor some guy in a hat on YouTube in his car told you something is okay. If you're out there looking for solutions. The big thing is this productivity planner. Believe it or not, it's just a really great planner made by Intelligent Change that has this method where it shows you little bits of your day, and your goals are divided into sections, and you can really just come at your goals. And having that to give me something to balance on, something to recognize what I need accomplished, and to give myself the vision that I'm actually accomplishing things, that I notice that I'm doing well today or not doing so well today, and just to have everything I want accomplished laid out for me. And for me specifically, I've become a woodworker. I apprentice with a master woodworker. I do woodwork for people. I just do woodwork all the time. And that's it. I've never focused this well. And I was doing all these other jobs, and the whole life and career that I had going for me was kind of designed by my consciousness on Adderall. So I didn't have, it was fleety, flighty, fluty. I wasn't listening to what was true to my mental, physical, and emotional constitution, which is woodwork. So, it takes some time. You can't just give woodwork to somebody, because it's about finding what that person works with, but the thing is, I'm not a lawyer or a doctor or a CPA or any job like that. To me, it's difficult, because I just can't, it doesn't work. It's not who I am. And I can change two things when I encounter a situation like that. One, I can change who I am. Chemically, constitutionally, all that stuff. I can change I can change particles of my being to adjust to what is needed. For example, I'm not doing so well at school, so we can't change the school, so we'll change the student, and we'll make the student, we'll give him pills that make him a better student. But now that I'm an adult and not a student, I realized that, of course it wasn't the responsibility of them to expose me to woodwork, and I didn't know how much I needed to be a woodworker. But for me, that's cured my ADD. So instead of trying to put yourself in a box you don't fit in, you have to find the right container for yourself. And I can't speak to a parent who has a child to anything other than the fact that you should get to know your child really deeply, expose them to things, and look at the way they behave, and try to find what it fits with. Because if I look at my behaviors as a young child, I was putting things together, I was taking things apart, I was really excited to use tools, and I'm really grateful that my dad and me, we built stuff all the time, and I was exposed to it, and now later in life that's what I'm doing. But for a while I wanted to be a video maker, because on Adderall, which I was taking in my adolescent years, I started editing video and I loved it and I was good at it, but I was doing it on Adderall. And then when I stopped taking Adderall, editing videos, it just wasn't that sexy. So I had to move on to work that really excites me, and that's woodwork. Anyways, but what I'm saying to you is how you can cure your ADD is to find what you're focused on, and not there's several strategies mentally and emotionally that you can kind of equip to make yourself a better worker at things that you're not too jazzed about. I've had lots of jobs, and there are certain, mantras and affirmations that you can employ to make yourself capable of accomplishing a job you're not into. But if you feel like you or someone you love suffers from ADD, ask them what they want to focus on and help them. It's all about getting yourself to your highest potential, and sometimes realizing that that's humble. I had bigger dreams, and then I humbled down and realized what I was actually capable of is just hammers and nails and stuff. So that's the video. Be yourself. Cure your ADD by just, and I'll get a lot of flack from this because people say I need my pills, and we can address that later. But what I'm saying is, one option for ADD is to stop trying to force yourself into the mold, of course, that society, school, economy is begging you to exist in. Sometimes when someone has ADD, they just have a different kind of personality, and that means they're going to have to live a different kind of lifestyle. Whether, it's what happens. You get weird cards, and I don't know if I have ADD because my mom stood too close to the microwave when I was pregnant, or if I don't even have ADD at all, I'm just a weirdo. But either way, the society that I've been birthed into has made this assumption about me, or this distinction. They look at me and they say, this is this kind of thinking, we got 3 letters for this kind of person, so you gotta work with it. And I hope the video helps somebody, and you comment, like and subscribe, and hit the bell, and be your best self. See you later.